Hey my friends, Cameron Bischoff here. Today's video is going to be so crucial to the success of your business. It's something that's going to take your business from here to here, and I'm beyond excited to teach you this stuff, okay? What we're going to talk about today is how to set up a business email. Now, the downfall for most people is that they don't necessarily how to do that, so they end up getting just like a Gmail account or a Hotmail account, and the fact is it's just not professional. You can't really be taken seriously with some of that. Whenever I see people that have those kind of those email addresses for their business, I don't see them as a serious candidate for somebody that I would want to do business with. So you're going to look more credible in the eyes of potential business partners, clients, just anybody that you feel like you could possibly work with, okay? So what's important to understand right now is that if you've missed some of the previous videos that I've done, it's important that you go back and watch those before you continue with this video, because in those videos I teach you how to buy a domain name, which is something that you need to have if you're going to have a business email, and then how to connect that with a hosting site. Now, that may or may not make sense to you at this point, but if you watch those videos, I'll explain it in detail for you, and so that you can make sense out of what I just said, okay? And so, if you have watched those other videos, and what I do in my business, I work through the hosting site Bluehost. I bought my domain through Godaddy. But what we need to do now is connect that domain to a professional email that looks great on a business card or your website, anything like that, okay? So how do we do that? Down below, if you look in the description box, there's going to be a link down there. I've done that to make it easy for you. If you click that, it will open up to Google, and it should take you to a page that looks just like this. You can follow along from there, and we can work together on this, okay? And so the preferred email that I prefer to use for my business is G Suite, and that is the business email through Google, okay? So if you have a Gmail account, that's awesome. You can connect it to your G Suite, and that it kind of makes things a little bit easier, okay? So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to share with you today might be stuff you've never really heard before. There's coding involved in this, and it's really difficult to understand at first. I do not want that, okay? I want to teach you in the best way that I know how, so that you can do this on your own, okay? And please feel free to ask any questions down below in the comments section, and I will do my best to answer you, okay? Because I want you to get through this part of your business successfully, and to get through it the first time, because it is difficult, okay? So, like I said, I'm here for you. So let's get cracking into this, okay? If you click that link down below, it should open up a page that looks just like this. It says, hello there, thanks for taking a closer look at G Suite. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on hold for a second. I'm going to take you over to a document that I created that kind of explains the do's and the don'ts of a business email. And I put this together for you real quick. So here's a bad example of what your professional email could possibly look like. And I do see people that have these kind of emails, okay? They have the name of their business at gmail.com or Hotmail or Yahoo, and then it comes out looking something like this. Now, this is my domain name, Freedom to Become. That's my website. And it just doesn't look good, you guys. Okay, so what you need to do is completely avoid using any of those. But the right way to do it is to kind of switch it around a little bit, okay? So you want to have, for example, see your domain here. You want that on the other side of the @ symbol. So I'm going to take you down here and show you what that would look like, okay? Now, the best way that I've learned how to do this is to make it very descriptive of what a person is getting. If somebody's trying to contact me, then I would make it so all they have to do is put my name at mydomain.com, okay? So they see who they're contacting and what the business is that they're contacting it for, okay? You see this all the time in certain services, okay? That's why I put this on here. So if you were going to walmart.com and you needed to somehow make a return, okay, and you were emailing somebody, most likely you would see customer service at walmart.com, okay? Showing you the service first, and then the place that you're reaching out to, okay? So if this was your personal email, my recommendation is your name at your domain. Okay, you do not have to do it like this, but in my experience, this is the most professional, gets the best results, and is most credible. Okay. All right, so let's hop back over to where we were over here on gsuite.com. Now it takes you to the couple different business plans that they have. G Suite, because of the features that it gives you, it is not free. Okay, I wish it was, and that would be amazing for me. It would be amazing for you. But I always believe that the best things in life, the most quality of products, you kind of have to pay for. Okay, so they will give you a basic plan here, and you can do probably what you need to do to get your business email up and running. But the problem is that with these basic packages, they're always limited, and I think they do that on purpose so they can upsell you to a bigger package. But you're always going to get more. Okay, that's just the facts. Okay, so over here, for example, you're limited to 30 gigabytes for your $6 a month with your business email. And honestly, I don't feel like that's that much, because you'd have to keep deleting your emails. And so if you come over here to the business package, and this is the one that I have, okay, which is the one that I would recommend to you, just because I've seen what it can do and how it can help your business. All right, so over here you got unlimited storage. Okay, you can have as many emails as you would like for $12 a month, and it's just the better option. Okay, so I know it's a little bit more, but that's what I'm going to recommend to you. So let's click Get Started, and we will go from there. Okay, it's going to ask you a couple questions. If you have a business name, then I would put it in here. Okay, so I've used Freedom to Become in the past. So what I'm going to do now is a business that my wife actually set up, and the business is going to be called Live Simply for Less. Okay, so that is, oh my goodness, that's going to be the name of the business. You can put a certain amount of numbers of people that are employees that are going to be using this email website. In my case, it was just me. So if it's just you, click just you. Of course, your country, click next. Beautiful. So I'm going to throw my name in there, and I'm going to end up changing my email address to I'm actually going to keep my own email address in there, because you're going to need to go in and confirm most likely. Okay, so use an email address that you have access to easily. Okay, so does your business have a domain already? If you watch some of the previous videos where I teach you how to set up a domain, then all you got to do is click yes, I have one. So guys, it's so important that you watch those other videos, because this video is not going to do much for you if you haven't seen those. Okay, so yes, I do have my domain name. So what is the domain? Like I said, I'm going to use that one that my wife set up. So we're going to call it livesimplyforless.com. Okay, now this is where it gets really cool, and it does exactly what I was explaining, because it gives you the option to put your name here and then have your business on the other side of the @ symbol. So you can see how that just looks a lot more professional. So I'm going to use, for the sake of this, Cameron at livesimplyforless.com. Let me just throw in a password. Okay, it's probably going to show one of those picture things. It's my guess. Oh, it didn't. You know those videos where it's like click on the street light or something like that? That's what I was thinking was going to happen, because normally it does. Okay, once you have that in there, you make sure that this is exactly what you want, okay, because that is what your business email is going to be. It's really important. Okay. So once you click continue, that should verify. Give that a second. Perfect. Okay, so here's where it's telling you the plan that you have, or that you're going to purchase. Okay, this one is $12 a month, and down here you can put a promotion code. Now here's what I'm going to do for you. Okay, I have promotion codes, and I'm more than willing to give them to you if you use that link that I put down there in the description box. Okay, because when you do that, I do make a commission off of it, but it's only so I can continue to make these videos for you guys. So it helps me out, it helps the channel, and in the end it helps you, because I get to share my knowledge with you. Okay, so if you are willing to do that, then I have no problem giving you that promotion code, which I am also going to stick down in the description box, and it should give you 20% off. Okay, so let's continue on, and we're going to go over to the checkout. Okay, Just make sure all the information is correct in here. And I guess it's wanting me to put down an address, but let's see. Okay. Let's come down here. You're going to add a debit or credit card. Okay. So I skipped over that part where I put in my credit card info for obvious reasons. Okay. Once you get through that section, you can set up your account. Okay. So let's get started. Okay, so here it's going to say, you know, if you want to add people to your G Suite account, and I think in this case, if you had other people working for you that would be using the same email, this is where you would allow them to come in and enter it. For this point, or at this point in this tutorial, I'm not going to do that because I absolutely don't need to, okay? Okay, so this is the section where we need to verify the domain and set up the email. Now this is the part that can be very, very tricky for a lot of people because it's not something that you may have experience with, okay? This is where we're going to be doing a little bit of coding. Now it's tricky, but it does not have to be, and I will teach you how to do this. So I'm going to make sure that I can go super, super slow and at a pace that works for you. And if you need to pause and rewind, please do it because we cannot mess this part up, okay? So you're going to go over to your host site, which if you followed along in the other videos was Bluehost. Now I have that pulled up here, okay? You're going to say, yes, I have successfully logged in to Bluehost. You're going to say, yes, I have opened the control panel. And, okay, so when it says control panel, I'm going to show you how to do this. If you come over to Bluehost, over here on the left-hand side, you'll see some options, okay? You want to click on Domains. And under Domains, there's another little section that says Zone Editor. Okay, that's what you want to click on. This will allow us to verify our new email address. Okay, you're going to pick the domain that you have chosen, which in this case was Live Simply for Less, and it's going to open up a couple of these boxes with codes, and it's ugly, and I understand that. Okay, guys, but I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to explain what some of these things like TXT means. So that it makes sense to you, okay, and why you have to have them. All right, so when we came over here and we've clicked on these first two boxes, it opens, what it says is add a new TXT record, okay? So the first thing you need to do, and just follow along and do what I do and your email is going to work perfectly, okay? This @ symbol is what we're going to put in the name or the host section over here, okay? So we are adding a TXT record, okay? So when you come over into the zone editor, you want to change the type to the TXT record. The host record, like I was saying, is this @ symbol, okay? Just put that right there. Next, we're going to need a text value. If you come back to the G Suite, where it gives us the text record, you're just going to copy and paste the value, okay? And we're going to paste that right in there. Once you have that, and it all, you've added in everything that I've asked you to do, you want to add the record, okay? So now, since this was a TXT record, if you come down here and you find TXT, that new record that we've just added is right here on the bottom, okay? That's the newest one that we've set up, and that's going to stay right there, okay? This helps you to verify. So let's go over and see what the next step is. So once we have added the TXT verification record, yes, did we save that? Let's go take a look here. We did save it because it's already in. Yep, it's already in right here. Okay. So open the control panel for your domain, and we're already in the control panel. This is the control panel. The next thing that it gives us is called the MX records. Now what the MX records do is it allows you to send and receive emails, okay? We just verified it through the TXT that just says that it's ours. The MX records allow us to send and receive. Now, I had a bad experience with this because I did not fully understand it. That's why I'm going to go into some detail for you, okay? I used a different provider for my business email when I first got started, and for some reason, I was not receiving anything, and it drove me nuts because I tested it, I changed some things in the settings, and it was not working, and oh my gosh, I was so frustrated. And then, so I ended up canceling that entire account, moving over to G Suite, and then I realized what I was doing wrong. It was nothing to do with that provider, but it was because I did not set up the MX records correctly. All right? Okay, so why don't we do this now? The MX records are these right here, okay? Some codes, priority, I'll explain that in a little bit, okay? So what we're gonna need to do, let's copy this first definition right here. And then when we come back over, we wanna go right back to the top, change the type to MX records. Okay, points to is what we're going to, what we just copied, we want to paste right there, okay? So, coming back over to here, we're going to use that same @ symbol for the name, and we're going to put this as priority 1. Okay, so the host name is the @ symbol, or the host record, and then the priority is priority number 1. Now the reason for the priority is as it's kind of sorting through these records, it's knowing which one to look at first and then which one to look at next and things like that, just because some are more important than others. That's all that means, okay? So we have the first one in. Now let's go over to number 2. We're going to copy the value or the destination. This is priority 5, so remember that. We're going to put it in here. Point to there. That was priority 5. And like always, the @ symbol, okay? Add the record. Okay, that record is now in. We're going to go to the next one, copy that, points to that. That also, I don't know if you saw, was priority number 5, okay? The next one, I'm sorry, and I know this is taking a little bit while, but I need you to see how this is done. That's why I'm going through every one of these individually for you, okay? Did that not save? Okay. Okay, next. Points to the value that we just copied, and this was priority 10, okay? Priority 10. That's what we want right there. @ symbol, add the record. And then we'll go and do the very, very last one, okay? Copy the value. Paste it into where it should point to. This was also priority 10, okay? @ symbol, and add the record. All right, so now we'll go down here and we'll just take a look in the MX records to make sure that they are all there. So we put in 5 different records and it looks like they are all successfully added, okay? Guys, I know that's tedious, all right, but you have to do it or your email simply won't work, okay? I don't know who thought up this stuff, but grateful for them. Anyways, so now we'll come down here, say yes, I have created the existing records. If there were anything else in the MX records, which in my case there was, and that was this beginning one, it's asking you to delete those, okay? And so that's what I'm going to do because that's what it has asked me. Click OK. Come back down to the MX records, and then all we have left is those 5 that we added in there. So that should allow us to now send and receive emails. Perfect. Save the MX records, verify domain, and set up email. Okay, so now this might take, it's saying 50 minutes, so I'm going to actually pause the video, and when this is done, I'm going to come back to you, okay? Alright, so we are back. Obviously that took a little bit of time, but that is a necessary wait just to make sure that everything propagates correctly and in the way that it should. Okay, so once you're done and your domain is verified and your email is set up, let's click next and see where it takes us. Okay, there's a button here that says continue to the admin console. Okay, the admin console is where you can adjust all the settings. You can add like a picture to your just to your email, things like that, addresses. You're going to do that here in the Google admin. Okay, so you want to click now, start the setup, and it will take you through a sequence of just different things that you can do to make sure that everything's the way that you want it, I guess. Let's see. Your Google Cloud account is not ready. Close setup. Okay, that was easy, I guess. A lot easier than I remember. Okay, so what we're going to do, check here and see if you are logged in. Alright, so it says we are logged in. Cameron at livesimplyforless.com. Now, the beauty of G Suite is that it's set up really similarly to just a regular Gmail account. Okay, so you can click right here and click on Gmail, and it'll open up that new email that you have, and it looks just like Gmail, except the difference now is that this is for your business. Okay, so really, really cool stuff. Okay, we are in and we are open and ready, but now this is the ultimate test. Okay, what we need to do is to make sure that we set up those records correctly, and if we did, those MX records, remember how I said that allows you to send and receive emails. If we set those MX records up correctly, then we shouldn't have a problem here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send an email to myself just to see if this works. Okay, I'll send it to my personal Gmail. Subject is test. I'm going to say test again. Okay, send it, and let's wait and see. Got my phone here. Look at that. Totally works. Okay, now to make sure that we can receive the emails, we're going to take that email that we just opened up. You don't have to do this, guys. I'm just doing it for my own safe measures to make sure that I taught you correctly. Okay. Okay. Come in here. Test. I'm going to respond to this really quickly and say it works with an exclamation point. Send that back, and we'll see right here if that pops up. Okay, so I've just sent that message back to this email, and I've waited a couple minutes, and it looks like it is not going through. Okay, I remember this happening in the past when I set up my other email, and if I remember correctly, when I reached out to Google support, they said that sometimes it takes about 24 to 48 hours to get into the system to propagate correctly, and so I guess from here on out it's just a waiting game. Now, if you wait a day or so and you're still not able to receive emails, obviously I was able to send one to myself. If you don't receive an email, reach out to the Google support team, and they should be able to walk you through the process. If you don't want to do that, comment in the section down below, and I'll make sure to help you out the best that I can. Okay, guys, that is the basics for setting up business email. Okay, it's a lot of stuff to do, but it's worth it in the long run because you are going to look so much more professional, and people are going to take you seriously. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Appreciate it.